Welcome back, art students. Okay, hey, wow, I've really been coming a long way on my clay vessel. Okay, so there's the bottom. You can remember coiling that up into a nice circle. And then we coiled our way up, all the way up to this point. We're about 2 to 3 inches up, probably, kind of about somewhere in the middle of this project anyways. So if you look really closely, way down here, at the very bottom of my cup, there's a seam where the bottom of it, this first part we did initially, and my first layer right here, this first coil going around, meets. And I need to seam that together very carefully. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just add a couple of drops of water going in and around the very inside bottom. Okay, going right along the edge. And then I'm gonna take a tool. You could use either a tool like this. You could even use, also really good would just be a normal pencil eraser, and just go around the very bottom, okay, and just kind of merge the two together. Make it so that that seam is kind of erased. It's one. You're merging the two together. Push the clay so that they meet together entirely. Go all the way around the bottom. This is going to make sure that the bottom of your vessel sticks to your medium part, your middle part. Okay, there we go. Now they are all together, okay? Now, that is important, so please make sure. Now you can see the very inside. I went all the way around the very bottom, and you might even want to do it one last time with your finger. Just kind of smooth out that bottom seam right along the bottom. Don't push too hard. You don't want to push your finger straight through your clay. But just try to seal that off at the way bottom before your pot gets too much longer than your one finger itself, where you can't reach no more. Okay. All right, now you can kind of see in there that they're merged together at the way bottom. It's one piece now instead of several. Oh, it looks like I left a little hole. Let me get that hole down there. Okay, there we go. That's good. Okay, simply, we have to just keep repeating that same process, going around and around and around. If you want to get creative, though, like me, we can do really cool coil pots. So I'm going to slip and score really quick and show you a few fun ideas that you can try on your coil pot or your coil vessel, okay? So here we go. I'm going to take just a chunk of this other coil that I prepared. I don't need all of it. I want to change it a little bit. I really want to roll this one nice and thin. So I'm gonna roll it thin into a kind of a skinnier coil, a little bit thinner than usually what my other ones are. Roll it nice and thin. Okay, same thing I gotta do to this coil is I have to slip and score. So I'm gonna score it. And I'm gonna score the top, and I'm gonna flip it directly over, and then I'm gonna score the bottom, okay? This is a technique that is optional. You do not have to do this technique. I'm just showing you a technique, okay? I'm gonna quick add a little bit of some slip on there, not a lot. Cool. Now what you can do is just like how we did on the very bottom, you can do a coil. So you can coil it in on itself, like this. Okay, and you can get that really cool spiral to grow and grow again. And you just let that go right on itself, just like so. And it's gonna grow, and it's gonna grow, and grow, and grow, and grow. Kind of give it a little bit of pressure, like pinch it a little bit firm, not too much though, but just enough where these two scored surfaces are really gonna merge together, just like we were doing on here. Okay. Then you can take this really cool spiral that we created, and we can do, what we can do with it is we can adhere it onto our coil pot like this, okay? And we're going to press that down and we're gonna wiggle it into place like this. Okay. And then we can take this extra part here, like this. Put it right down like that. Okay. And now we have a really cool circle coil spiral that has been incorporated into our coil pots. Now all we would have to do is we could work around and then over it and around and over it and around and over it and just continue that way. If we want more of these fun things, we could add another one right here. We could add another one right here. We could add another one right here. And then we could do the top again, maybe in these flat ones to kind of finish it off. I don't know, there's all kinds of ideas. Maybe you want to space them out a little bit. Maybe you want to create a hole or a gap in yours. That'd be kind of cool. You get to decide, but now that you know the techniques of coiling and slip and scoring, you can build it up to, you know, just as high as you can get with all the clay that I've given you, okay? So there you go. I'll show you once I get closer. I still have quite a bit of clay of what mine's gonna look like when it's all done, okay? I'll show you in the next video.